Now on Nightside, it's a weather alert day. I'm tracking snowy conditions tonight with bitter cold temperatures on the way. What you need to know for your morning commute in the first alert forecast.
Spokane homeless shelters are filling up. What the city is doing to make sure there's enough room as temperatures continue to drop. And Governor Brad Little announced his new Idaho Works plan, how it would increase mental health resources if it's approved. You're watching 4 News Now, Nightside. We begin with breaking news out of Grant County. One man is dead and one police officer is injured following an incident in Quincy tonight. Thanks for staying up with us. I'm Derek Dice. The sheriff's office says it happened at the Jackpot Food Mart on F Street Southeast. Investigators say 2 Quincy police officers responded to a call involving a man with a knife. When they confronted the suspect, he stabbed one of the officers in the arm and shoulder. That's when it's believed the man was shot and killed. The sheriff's office saying the officer's wounds are not life-threatening. Now, this is a developing story, so we will update you as soon as we learn more. All right, here's a live look over downtown Spokane, where the roads are already a little slick as the snow continues to fall, including right on the face of our camera there on the right-hand side of it. With more snow on the way, our team of weather experts have declared tomorrow a weather alert day. You heard Chris say that earlier. We're going to send it over to her now, who's been tracking this storm all day long.
Yes, and it is not just snow, but also high winds. In fact, that's going to be more of an issue right in Spokane while the heavy snow continues in the northern valleys and over the mountains through the day on Tuesday. Here's another look live over Spokane right now, where we have snow-covered roads, parking lots, sidewalks. The snow has come to a brief stop here in downtown, but is continuing with big fat flakes in Rathdrum, where the roads are covered. And this is US 95, so not just the side roads, the main roads. This is US 95 in Coeur d'Alene, also starting to see some buildup on the roads there. But as we look at our radar, you can see a back edge has made its way through Spokane. That is just the beginning of a lull, a little bit of a break before the next round of precipitation moves in. I say precipitation because as this next wave moves in, it may stay mainly as rain in Spokane before turning to snow further to the north and east. This is a tricky forecast. Here's a look at our forecast for tonight. So the chance of snow until about 2 a.m. and then you'll see our 2 a.m. temperature, 36 degrees. It will be rain as we head into the morning and then drying out. So in Spokane, you may get a little more snow, but with that rain and warmer weather and windy weather on the way, could end up losing everything you've had. Additional snow accumulation through Tuesday evening. Heavier snow in Sandpoint, Bonners Ferry, in some of the northern valleys, obviously in the mountains where you see these pinks. However, additional snowfall in Spokane and points into the Columbia Basin will be very, very small. Let's take a look at the winter alerts that are still in effect. It is a winter weather advisory, but it has been shortened in length. It expires at 6 a.m. The winter storm warning, however, for the mountains will continue all the way through Wednesday morning, and we have winds to contend with. I'll be back in just a few minutes to let you know what kind of winds to expect with this wind advisory for tomorrow in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right. Chris, thank you so much. Remember, you can get your forecast on the go with the 4 News Now weather app. See the hour-by-hour temperatures and take advantage of the interactive radar. Just search KXOY in your app store to download it now.
As they say in Ann Arbor, conquering heroes, victors valiant, Michigan, national champions.
Well, the Washington Huskies came into the national championship game as more than 5-point underdogs to #1 ranked Michigan. And Alex, while UW certainly had their chances in this one, they just weren't the better team tonight.
No, you could tell about on that first drive within the first 5 minutes of the game, this was maybe not going to go their way. Michigan was just better in the trenches. They were bigger, faster, had more depth, and the Wolverines earning that first national title since 1997. But maybe the most ironic part of this game was Washington came in with with what was widely regarded as the best offensive line in the country. But Michigan just making them look very pedestrian today. And because of that, it really disrupted the play of Michael Penix Jr. We saw what he can do when you give him just a little bit of time. However, tonight, timing and rhythm were just off as he missed throws that he would have normally made in the regular season. And that's what ultimately doomed the Huskies' title chances.
Obviously, we didn't come out how I wanted to, but I know that each and every player on this team, you know, they gave it their all, and, you know, it wasn't enough today, you know, and for me, I'm going to take accountability for the offensive side of the ball. I feel like we could have did better, you know, too many penalties, you know, and we had a lot of offsides, and I'm going to put that on me because I got to be louder. I got to, you know, make sure I'm great with my communication and stuff like that, so my offensive line is, you know, hearing ghosts.
So it is now 20 years since a West Coast team has won the national title. USC, the last to do it in 2004. But looking ahead to 2024 season, because that's what we do naturally as soon as the season ends, Huskies are going to open against Weber State on August 31st. And then 2 weeks later, you know what it is, over at Lumen Field, the Apple Cup renewed against Washington State. Looking for a bit of revenge there, huh?
Yeah, the countdown clock, I'm sure, will be starting in a lot of people's homes now.
Oh, yeah.
Alex, thank you so much. Well, tonight, warming shelters in Spokane are filling up with frigid temperatures sweeping through the northwest. On your screen now, you can see a map of the shelters at capacity here in Spokane. Those are outlined in red. Shelters that are near capacity are in orange. There's an obvious demand to stay warm with the snow falling and temperatures plummeting. On Saturday, we visited Family Promise, where about 60 people spent the night. On Sunday, that number nearly doubled to 105. They have 20 open beds left at last check and expect to be at capacity within days.
That's the hard part, is we are the only walk-in 24/7 emergency shelter for families specifically. So there's not a lot of other options. So if we don't have space, it's turning kids and families away onto the street.
And this shelter is working with the city to expand its capacity by another 15 beds. In the meantime, the city is looking at potentially reactivating the Cannon shelter, at least temporarily, to help people get out of the cold. The Spokane City Council approved spending over $500,000 on new equipment to sweep and plow bike lanes. Funds from the traffic calming budget have already been allocated for this purchase. Along with the $550,000 for equipment, an additional $400,000 would go towards specialized labor and maintenance. New on Nightside.
State of our state is strong, stronger than ever before.
The Idaho legislature is back in session today. Governor Brad Little gave his annual State of the State address. During his speech, the governor announced he plans on investing $2 billion over 10 years to improve neglected school buildings.
We've all seen the pictures and the videos of some Idaho schools that are neglected, crumbling, leaking, falling apart. In one school I visited, raw sewage is seeping into a space under the cafeteria.
The governor also wants to improve and protect students' mental health.
We know young people today face greater levels of distress and isolation than any other generation before them.
The governor's plan would double the funding for school advisors across the state. It also proposes a new statewide initiative for additional suicide prevention. Little is also calling for Idaho lawmakers to pass legislation to hold social media companies accountable for the impact they're having on kids' mental health.
Social media is addicting. It creates a forum for cyberbullying. It replaces quality time with kids' friends and loved ones. And it makes them compare themselves to impossible artificial standards for looks and lifestyles.
The governor used new laws in Utah and Arkansas as examples of the types of laws he would like to see passed. Those include laws that provide parents with ways to monitor and control kids' social media use. Now, tomorrow, Washington Governor Jay Inslee will be delivering his State of the State address in Olympia. You can stream it on KXLY.com and on your connected TV with the KXLY Plus app. All right, still ahead here on Nightside, the door of an Alaska Airlines plane that blew off mid-flight has been found. Where it ended up a little bit later here on Nightside.
Let's start the year with a fight. People who get mad at babies on planes.
Justice for babies. This is ridiculous. Leave them alone.
Yeah.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
When it matters most, America turns to David Muir and ABC's World News Tonight.
Hi, I'm Michelle with APH Buys Homes, and we buy houses for cash. We're local home buyers who help homeowners in difficult situations get paid fast. Inherited houses, foreclosures, family disputes, rented or vacant, even nicer homes you just can't keep up with. We buy them all. So before you call anyone else, give us a call for a free cash offer. Just call 509-818-1800. That's 509-818-1800.
It's going to be a hell of a new year.
Kimmel's back with all the stars and more in 2024. This week, he's got Robert Downey Jr., Jodie Foster, Anthony Anderson, and Iowa Debris. Jimmy Kimmel Live returns new tonight on ABC.
Dear 2030, we look forward to seeing you. After our 160-point quality assurance inspection, we'll be Toyota certified used vehicles with 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranties. Not to honk our own horns, but the best new cars make the best used cars. Yours, Toyota. To learn more about Toyota certified used vehicles, see your local Toyota dealer today. Find yours at toyotacertified.com. Toyota, let's go places.
We are here in Israel, a nation at war, the worst attack in 50 years. Israel waging a fierce bombardment of Gaza.
When it matters most, America turns to David Muir and ABC's World News Tonight.
It's just 3 days until the National RV Show at the Convention Center downtown. January 11th to the 15th. Amazing RV discounts and manufacturers' reps are coming from across the country with incredible prices for the show only. Thanks on site with super low interest rates. And again featuring tiny homes in multiple models. Tons of vendors and free admission. There's prizes and giveaways, including a travel trailer giveaway. There's adult beverages, live band, and a scavenger hunt for the kids. It's the National RV Show at the Convention Center downtown. January 11th to the 15th.
Watch live weekdays at 9 and now 3.
Only on KXLY, ABC 4.
Gas, the gust comes up missing, and this is just really dirty, nasty. We deal with that, our windows getting broke.
People working near 2nd and Division say they still deal with crime constantly. In September, this area of downtown Spokane was described as being in full-on crisis mode. To combat this, Spokane police dedicated extra patrols to the area. Police now say calls for service in the area are going down, but the issues around 2nd and Division are complicated.
Division, the criminal activity we see, it is obviously a very complex, a lot of sociological factors at play there, right? So there's a lot of reasons for the activity that we've seen.
SPD was not able to get us data on these patrols today, but we will share this information once we have it. All right, take a look at this video of a tornado in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, sending sparks and flames into the air. You can see it sucking up flames and smoke swirling before disappearing. The tornado caused a good amount of damage, but thankfully nobody was hurt. All right, we're not seeing any tornadoes here in the inland northwest, but we do have more snow on the way and winds too.
Yes, gusty winds, and that may be the headline right in Spokane tomorrow while the snow continues to pile up in the northern valleys. Winds of up to 55 miles per hour possible on Tuesday, but it is going to be a prolonged wind event. Very windy throughout the day Tuesday and right on into Wednesday morning. Wednesday, wind gusts to 30 miles per hour, the same on Thursday, and Friday 25-mile-per-hour gusts, so breezy, but with single-digit high temperatures. That brings our wind chill into consideration. So a lot of issues with the wind over the next week. Wind advisory starts at 4 a.m. and continues until 4 a.m. on Wednesday. It is a warning further to the south for parts of Garfield County. Here's a look at our forecast winds starting off at our current time. If we get that southwesterly wind going a little bit, we're going to start bringing up that warm air that will transition the snow over to rain. And as you can see, the strongest winds down on the Palouse in the Blue Mountains. We will continue to see these winds. May see a little bit of a lull in the afternoon, but even at 8, 9, 10 o'clock tomorrow, 40-mile-per-hour gusts are possible. There is a blizzard warning for the Cascade Passes for 4 a.m. tomorrow all the way through Wednesday morning for life-threatening whiteout conditions. Travel is discouraged at all costs over the passes. Forecast radar starting off at our current time showing that lull that we're getting right now in Spokane. It's not going to last long. Here's midnight, and here's the next round of precipitation, but it is not blue, it is green. It is going to be perhaps starting off as a rain-snow mix or snow, but turning all to rain in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. 7 o'clock tomorrow, another little bit of a break, but then we may start seeing more snow mixing in with the rain again, and the snow will continue in the mountain areas with occasional breaks. Here's noon. 1 o'clock with snow through the Northeast Mountains, North Idaho, down into the central panhandle, an occasional rain or snow shower in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, and then those winds again continuing. The next big thing then, the Arctic air that arrives Thursday, sub-zero temperatures north of I-90 and dangerous wind chills are possible. It is a weather alert day tomorrow for the high winds and wet weather, a high of 39 degrees, 32 on Tuesday. It keeps getting colder. Weather alert days Friday and Saturday for the bitter cold and those gusty winds on Friday, making that 7-degree high feel even colder. We do slowly warm up, but 18 on Monday and still a 20% chance of snow. I feel like we're making up for a whole winter's worth of weather in 1 week. We've got it all there.
Yeah, warming up to 18 really says something. All right, Chris, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, this is the last week of curbside pickup for your Christmas tree in Spokane. Just place it next to your cart on your regularly scheduled garbage pickup day. But if your tree is taller than 6 feet, you do need to cut it in half. They'll all be chipped and composted. And check this out. We've been seeing a lot of stories that Christmas trees are a favorite snack and apparently a natural dewormer for goats. So since we still had our newsroom tree up, our digital anchor Rob King went to a viewer's home in Cheney today to feed it to these little guys named Phoebe, Bessie, Inky, and Fern. I hope they enjoyed it. All right, still ahead, which local organization helped raise tens of thousands of dollars to help victims of the Oregon Road and Gray fires rebuild? Next on Nightside.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Here, freshly made grizzly bear tracks. Survival, it's not guaranteed. Good thing I got my Ford Bronco Sport, because it goes over any terrain.
Get a great deal on a Bronco Sport only at your local Ford dealer.
I'm Chad Young from the EasyHomebuyer.com, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene's easiest way to sell your house fast. If you have a few moments, I hope you'll give me the opportunity to make you an instant cash offer on your home. With the EasyHomebuyer.com, we will buy your house in as-is condition with no repairs, no closing costs, and no commissions. To get your no-obligation cash offer, give us a call or visit us online at theeasyhomebuyer.com.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
Bathfitter does showers? That's right. We offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers in all shapes and sizes. We can even convert your bath into a shower. How about that? With our seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you'll get a beautiful new shower to fit your needs, guaranteed for life. Bathfitter's been around for 40 years, and we've been experts at showers for just as long. Get yours today. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Hey, Donnie, can you give me one reason to call the advocates?
Sorry, Ken, I can't.
I can. I mean, who fights like we do? You can't give me one reason?
Nope.
How about that we take on big insurance bullies? We're not afraid of any case. We're passionate and smart. Really? You can't come up with one reason?
I can't come up with one, Ken. Because there are 500 million.
All the money we've recovered for our clients. Injured? You deserve justice. You deserve an advocate.
Here, freshly made grizzly bear tracks. Survival, it's not guaranteed. Good thing I got my Ford Bronco Sport, because it goes over any terrain.
Get a great deal on a Bronco Sport only at your local Ford dealer.
Live has so much more in 24.
I was pretty surprised and also amazed that that could be happening in my yard after there'd been such a big to-do about it all weekend long.
That's Bob Sauer from Portland. He found the Alaska Airlines door that blew off mid-flight on Friday. The FAA is requiring an inspection on the same type of aircraft before allowing them back in the sky. It caused 154 cancellations today, including a couple at Spokane International Airport. And it's not just that it's impacting air travel. CNN's Emily Schmidt gives us a look at some of the powerful winter storms making their way across the country.
On a day football fans came to Houston for the College Football Playoff National Championship, the threat of severe weather came too. The Storm Prediction Center posted the first tornado watch of the year for nearly 9 million people, including those in Houston, for a system packing different potential punches along its way.
Hope for the best, plan for the worst.
Milwaukee's getting out snow gear. Winter weather alerts in place through Tuesday evening could bring parts of the Midwest up to 11 inches of blowing snow.
It started out slow, but it's been building. Everybody's starting to get prepared.
Sections of interstates in Colorado, Kansas, and New Mexico shut down in blizzard warnings. More than 100 miles closed in both directions in Kansas. In Iowa, with the Republican presidential caucuses 1 week away, candidate Nikki Haley's campaign canceled an event due to the storm, drawing criticism from another candidate.
If you can't handle the snow, you're not ready for Xi Jinping. That's my view.
Predictions of what could lie ahead are striking and being taken seriously. Louisiana State University closed midday Monday due to the severe weather forecasts, while Florida's Department of Education announced at least 23 school districts will close Tuesday. Florida saw over the weekend that January tornadoes can happen. This EF0 twister spent about 3 minutes on the ground in Fort Lauderdale Saturday. That system dumped enough snow on the Northeast that some spent Monday without power, appreciating the winter force of nature. I'm Emily Schmidt reporting.
Well, because inflation continued to decline last year, monthly Social Security payments will only rise by 3.2% this year based on the cost of living adjustment. The boost is a bit disappointing when compared to the 8.7% increase in 2022. Another concern is standard premiums for Medicare Part B are back on the rise.
This is probably not enough for them to be able to feel comfortable and confident about their savings.
On the bright side, people who haven't retired yet can now sock more money away. Anyone at least 50 years old can contribute up to $30,500 this year. In 4 decades after Congress voted to slowly raise the full retirement age from 65 to 67, the goal is close to being achieved, reaching 66 and 8 months in the final half of 2024. Well, tonight, shackled and wearing a spit mask and mittens to prevent self-inflicted injuries. Deobra Redden back in court, coming face-to-face with the Nevada judge he attacked last Wednesday. Judge Mary Kay Holtus was about to sentence Redden for violating his parole from a previous attempted battery case.
I appreciate that, but I think it's time that he gets a taste of something else because I just can't with that history. In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court...
There it is. In court today, Judge Holtus sentencing Redden to up to 48 months in prison for that previous attempted battery case.
I want to make it clear that I am not changing or modifying the sentence I was in the process of imposing last week before I was interrupted by defendant's actions.
Redden's legal trouble doesn't end there. He faces multiple charges, including battery and extortion from last week's attack, but those will come in front of a different judge. The Spokane Home Builders Association has raised over $77,000 for the Spokane Region Long-Term Recovery Group, which supports families in Medical Lake and Elk who were impacted by last year's devastating wildfires. The money comes from a major community fundraising effort led by the association last fall. On August 18th, a fast-moving fire burned more than 10,000 acres on the West Plains, destroying 240 homes and almost 100 other buildings. 40 miles northeast near Elk, the Oregon Road fire burned 11,000 acres and destroyed over 400 buildings, including 126 homes. Well, the Seahawks aren't the only team in the city coming off a difficult end of their season. Coming up in sports, Alex Crescenti shows us how the Seahawks veterans are responding to missing out of the playoffs for the first time in 2 seasons.
Hello and thanks. Later tonight on Nightline, inside the harrowing minutes on board an Alaskan Airlines plane, the latest version of the Boeing 737 MAX grounded. What inspectors are now finding, plus Maui Strong, the family still struggling to rebuild 5 months later. That's on Nightline.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Craig Swap and Associates.
Not Dead Yet is back February 7th on ABC. And yes, I'm still single.
Whoa.
Huh? Still hungover. Still talking to ghosts.
Whoa, what was that?
Who are you?
I'm your boss's boss. You hungover?
Huh?
You talking to ghosts?
Me?
Yeah, you. Who you talking to?
Nobody. Show me your colors. That was funny. Yeah. That's a sick bike.
Boys.
Miss Sanderson?
See you Monday.
No way.
Dear All-Wheel Drive, let's show the road what we've got. Snowy streets, we're coming for you. Icy grip, we're holding tight. Wintry mix, meh. Safety's the name of our game. Yours, Toyota All-Wheel Drive Sedans.
Toyota has 22 all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive vehicles, more than any other brand. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Doing the bare minimum at work probably won't earn you a bonus this year. But at Northern Quest, that unremarkable work ethic can't stop you from having your best year ever with an extra $2,024 a month. It's our best year ever giveaway. Play daily with your Camus Rewards card to enter. Then be here for the grand prize drawing on January 25th. And don't go above or beyond. Details at northernquest.com.
Hey, lady, when is the baby coming?
Very, very soon.
Dad, what about yours?
You're gonna... Yeah, okay, well...
Well, it's been 20 years since a West Coast team won the College Football National Championship, and that drought is going to extend at least one more year after Michigan defeats Washington down in Houston this evening. The Wolverines' first championship since they beat the Cougs back in the 1998 Rose Bowl. I'm sure many of you remember that. Well, Husky with the nation's best offense and head coach of the year, Kalen DeBoer, and Heisman finalist Michael Penix Jr. Michigan with the nation's best defense and head coach Jim Harbaugh and quarterback J.J. McCarthy, but it was Michigan's run game that made an early mark on this one. Donovan Edwards right out the gates, 41 yards to give the Wolverines the lead. They were just bullying at the defensive line of Washington all night long, and it just seemed to continue. After that, the Huskies get a field goal to make it a 7-3 game, but Michigan puts their foot on the pedal here. Edwards again, a 46-yard scamper. Well, and this game is really starting to get out of hand at this point. Huskies got going just before the half, though. 4th and goal, Penix finds Jalen McMillan to cut to a one-score game just before the break, and we got ourselves a ball game. Start of the third quarter, though, Huskies have a chance to tie this game up. Penix throws it right to the Michigan defense. Certainly not the best game from him, but he was getting beat up all night long. Both teams traded field goals from there in the third quarter. Michigan with the gut punch here. Blake Corum fights his way into the end zone for the score. And that it might be the backbreaker there. At this point, Washington just needs any kind of score to keep this thing alive. Late in the fourth quarter, Huskies trying to stay in this ball game. They force Penix is going to force this one down the field. He's picked off, and Michigan, they could have slid down and just knelt it really at that point, but no, he wants the pick six. Not going to get it. Doesn't matter because on the ensuing drive, Michigan punches it in. They complete the perfect 15-0 season, just the 6th time that's ever happened, and we've been playing college football for more than 150 years.
You know, sometimes things don't always go the way that you want, and you know, I'm proud of what these guys have done this year and over the last 2 years. And
in the locker room, man, it's just a lot of love, man. We're just a group that, you know, we've been through a lot together, man, and we're not going to point fingers or nothing like that. You know, it's a lot of love in the locker room, you know, man.
Now to another Seattle team that's had a rough week so far. For just the 4th time in the last 14 seasons, the Seattle Seahawks won't be headed to the postseason. Instead, we head into an offseason with a lot of questions at a lot of different positions, as there is certain to be no shortage of opinions coming about what needs to be fixed with this team first. Now, while the season technically ended on a high note with a win over the Arizona Cardinals in thrilling fashion, and many of the young players celebrating with victory cigars in the locker room afterwards, for the veterans on this squad, a bit of the opposite feeling. They know they fell just short of their goal after so many ups and downs throughout the season.
You know, the thing that I love about this team is that, you know, people didn't check out. People didn't give up. People didn't throw in the towel. And I think that's really all you can ask because, you know, sometimes in life things don't go the way that you wanted to go, but you still got to be able to fight.
I don't know what the future holds, you know, but that was out of my control. My control was just to come back and be the best leader I can be the best teammate I can be, you know, perform at as high as level as I can, and that's all I can control.
Now, the silver lining for Seattle is they're going to be in pretty good position for the upcoming NFL draft. They hold the number 16 overall pick. They can do a lot with that. Now, switching over to college basketball, after barely staying in the Associated Press Top 25 poll last week, Gonzaga Bulldogs have a bit of more breathing room now. They check in at number 23 in the nation. That's up one spot from last week. Gonzags are coming off wins against Pepperdine and San Diego as they improve to 11-4 on the season. Next up for them is going to be a trip down to Santa Clara on Thursday. They're going to take on the Broncos. And the Gonzaga women also saw a bump in the rankings. They come in at number 16 in the latest AP poll. That's up 2 spots from last weekend. On Thursday, the team went down on the road and beat Portland by 21 points to improve to 14-2 on the season. They're going to host Santa Clara on Thursday. And if the team continues to win, not out of the realm of possibility, they could be hosting first and second rounds of the NCAA tournament. Obviously, a long way to go. 4 News Now. We'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
Roundup's like an accidental savings account. I get paid every time I buy something. It's like a bonus for me.
If you have a vehicle you no longer need, you can give it new purpose through Union Gospel Mission. Simply go to ugmmotors.org or call 509-327-HELP to schedule a pickup. Your donation gives people like Tyler food, shelter, job training, and the opportunity for a whole new life. Be a driver of change. Donate your vehicle to Union Gospel Mission.
The 4-day holiday clearance is kicking off early at Walker's.
Take advantage of special pricing on quality furniture throughout the store. Or say yes to no interest, no minimum purchase, and no money down financing.
Going on now at Walker's.
Winter weather means hazardous driving conditions. If you must travel, follow these guidelines to keep everyone safe. Slow down and keep a safe following distance. Use traction tires. Give snow and emergency vehicles the right of way. Carry an emergency kit. Brought to you by Lakes, Worley, Post Falls, and Eastside Highway Districts.
Hi, I'm Michelle with APH Buys Homes, and we buy houses for cash. We're local home buyers who help homeowners in difficult situations get paid fast. Inherited houses, foreclosures, family disputes, rented or vacant, even nicer homes you just can't keep up with. We buy them all. So before you call anyone else, give us a call for a free cash offer. Just call 509-818-1800. That's 509-818-1800.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
We have a little break in the wet weather in Spokane right now. Latest from the airport, a little bit of a rain-snow mix. So we're starting to see that transition. I think in the metro area, tomorrow morning's commute is mostly going to be slushy and puddly and gross with snow in those northern areas and, of course, very windy.
So at least in the metro area tomorrow, probably then not a big chance of school delays or closures. Then.
No, go to school.
They will be back. Most kids will have been back just today anyway. They need to be there.
Yes.
All right. Thanks so much for being with us. Be sure to tune in to Good Morning Northwest for the latest road conditions and any of of those possible school delays or closures. They're on from 5 to 7 a.m.